There's an ancient proverb that says, every flower must grow through dirt. The well-known actress Gabrielle Union revealed some time ago, and even recently in a book she wrote, that she was raped at the age of 19, which was an horrible experience for anyone to have to endure and deal with. But she didn't quit, nor did she stop pursuing her goals. If she had stopped pursuing her goals and dreams because of that horrific event, millions of people around the world, including myself, would not have been able to enjoy and experience her gift displayed in movies. I saw a story about another popular actress named Reese Witherspoon. She revealed that she was sexually assaulted when she was 16 years old, which she described as a life-changing and horrible event. But she didn't stop pursuing her dreams and goals. Although that happened to her, and it was horrible, she didn't allow that event to rob her of all the joys and pleasures that awaited her in the future. If she had quit, the world would have been robbed of her Oscar-worthy performance in Sweet Home, Alabama. Tyler Perry, the famed screenwriter, actor, and director, revealed that he was sexually molested by 3 men and 1 woman before he was 10 years old. He also talked about how he suffered brutal physical abuse for years by the hands of his father. But he didn't quit. There's no doubt the things he suffered were awful and brutal in every sense of the words. But he found a way to rise above, and he did not allow those horrible things to rob him of the bright future that was awaiting him. He couldn't see the future of his life while he was in that state, but he didn't allow himself to stop there. If he had stopped pursuing his dreams, millions of people would be void of the joy he brings through his comedy, and no one would know who Medea is. So what about you? What's your story? Are you searching for a reason to quit? Or are you searching for a reason to forge ahead? I wish that I could tell you that everything will be peaches and cream, and the road to your dreams and desires will be smooth sailing. But in all likelihood, it will not be so, and that's okay. You will have to go through or go around some things on your path in order to attain your goals. But in all actuality, there is nothing that can stop you but you. And you are an unstoppable force in whatever direction you choose to go in. More so than a physical obstacle, your habitual thought life can stop you from reaching your desired destination. When you are developing the requisite strength to ultimately fulfill your goals, you will discover that, like the flower, you may feel like you're all alone in a dark and cold place, but you must maintain your focus on your desired goal. Be steadfast, And we know that if you get a picture and maintain the feeling of your desire fulfilled, you will certainly realize your desire. There's a quote by Bruce Lee. He said, "Everything in life is a force. You can either embrace it or deflect it, but why in the world will you ever oppose it?" If I can get you to see what role you played that got you into your current situation, not what happened to you, but your current situation, I can help you change your life. As long as you are pointing to outside circumstances or something someone else did, you will never change your life, and you will constantly have a victim's mentality. But if you are willing to take an introspective look into your life and become empowered in order to implement the things that you've learned during this current and previous episodes, you will change from the inside. And we all know that if you change your inner being, you will ultimately change your circumstances and your life on this physical plane. One of my quotes, it says, "You say it's what happened to you outwardly. I say it's what you are doing to you inwardly." I'll say it again. You say it's what happened to you outwardly. I say it's what you are doing to you inwardly. All too often, you may sabotage yourself by not taking time out to consider the part you played in your present circumstances. Our state of mind, imagination, meditation has the ability to attract good people or bad people in our lives. Your inner awareness is a key to discovering what present state you're currently dwelling in. There's this story about a man who saved all of his money for several years in hopes of one day going on a 3-day cruise ship. He saw the commercials on television and read several magazines depicting how great an experience it was for everyone who went on a cruise. So after he finally saved enough money, he bought the ticket, and when the day of his cruise arose, he was so happy as he boarded the ship. But as he was going to his room, he passed by the dining area and he saw people dancing, listening to music, eating steaks, chicken, lobster, shrimp, fish, and drinking all kinds of refreshing drinks. So immediately after he saw this, he became sad because he realized that he didn't have any money left over after purchasing his ticket. So he went on to his room and stayed there for the entire 3-day cruise. And there he ate cookies and crackers that he brought with him as a snack and drank water from his restroom sink. So after the 3-day cruise was finished, while he was leaving the ship, one of the attendants stopped him and smiled and said, "Where have you been? I didn't see you throughout the entire trip after you checked in." And he said to her, "Well, I ran out of money and I wasn't able to pay for the food and drinks that everyone else were indulging in. So I stayed in my room And he told her he just ate cookies and crackers and drank water from his sink. The attendant looked at him she was empathetic and said, "Oh, sir, everything on the ship was free for you to enjoy because you paid for it with your ticket." Sadly enough, so often, because you are ignorant or unaware of something that you have access to, you miss out on the things that you could be enjoying. I'm saying to you, have the power, you have the power to change your life. And the only person that's stopping you is looking back at you in the mirror. So what's stopping you in particular? Another one of my quotes says, everybody knows something that you don't know, therefore be enriched through your interaction with one another. Maybe you're a know-it-all and are unwilling to take the advice of others who know something that you don't know. If that's the case, pride has most likely caused you some damage in your life, and you must be truthful with yourself before you can implement change. There's a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. He said, "When it's dark enough, you can see the stars." Even in your darkest moment, if you are able to keep the proper perspective and hold on to the picture of your ultimate goal, you will live into the picture of your most dominant thought. Remember, your present circumstance is merely a shadow and can be changed by shifting your awareness to your desired goal, combined with the feelings associated with it. Now that you know this truth, what will you do? What are you going to do with it? I remember a scene in one of Denzel Washington's movie named The Equalizer. Perhaps you've heard of it. And it was a scene where he was sitting at this diner reading a book and drinking tea. And this young lady he recently befriended, who gets beaten up by her Russian pimp, she asked him about the conclusion of a book that he was previously reading entitled The Old Man and the Sea. She asked him, "Why doesn't the old man just let the fish go?" And he replied, "Old man's gotta be the old man. Fish gotta be the fish. You gotta be who you are in this world, no matter what." Maybe metaphorically, you're being beaten by your pimp in your life. Example, your undisciplined mind. And it seems like there's no way out. But in fact, there is. Your mind, and the same mind that entangled you will be the same mind that sets you free. If you're a fish, start swimming. If you're an eagle, start soaring. If you're a king or queen, sit on your throne. After all, you gotta be who you are in this world, no matter what. So be proactive and begin implementing the things that you've learned today in order to start the process of your new mind creation. Also remember to join me again next week for an all-new episode of New Mind Creator.